Pakistan, the land no stranger to the West. The diversity of its inhabitants is expressed in their varying fashion sense. This collective implicit understanding of fashionism is what brings various Pakistani communities together and at the same time divides them.
Elitist fashion is something which is started by the fashion houses in the country, anywhere in the world. And the trends are set by the designers, by the fashion houses, and which are followed within the following year. And the elitist fashion of our country, the biggest industry of our country is in fashion is bridal wear and haute couture. And that's what the main fashion houses are working on. And other than that, we have the new big market is the pret-a-porter, the ready-to-wear line, and which the industry is taking over.
I think elitist fashion would be the opposite of mass consumerism or high street fashion that is only accessible to a certain economic and social class of people. So let's say Generation is a mass brand that has a high street approach to its philosophy, whereas somebody like Banto Kazmi would be then the opposite of that. She doesn't have a store. There are very few people sort of who have access to her and can afford her clothes, frankly. So
the elitist fashion nowadays is something which is actually influenced by the West. Okay, हमारी जो elite society है, that is actually very much impressed and very much influenced, by the West fashion, and the things that are coming from the West, the designers, the Gucci, Armani, whatever they are designing, our fashion designers are actually getting those things, and वो कुछ fusion type का कर रहे हैं for the elite class. What we mean is that कि East meets West वाला हिसाब है, and elite things are something which are different than the society जो बाकी society follow कर रही है. इससे different चीज़ें जो हैं वो elite कर रही है, और elite is something which is elite is following the fusion thing nowadays, West plus East. That is something that makes them different.
Main burden important is that when we talk about this elite fashion design, the industrial composition is such that the materials that we require for this are not local, so we have to import them. और फिर दूसरा ये कि it's not revenue generating on the other side. तो इसकी कोई आप export earnings नहीं है, इसकी import outflows जरूर है, export earnings इसकी कोई नहीं है. तो it is burden on an economy like ours until we create an outlet for it. Now what are the outlets? ये जो celebrity events हैं like film awards हैं, दूसरे हैं, अब तो पाकिस्तान में promote हो रहे हैं. अगर ये हो जाए तो फिर इसकी revenue side open हो जाएगी, और फिर इसकी शायद हमें इसको cover करने के लिए inflows मिल जाए, लेकिन फिलहाल नहीं.
The Pakistan fashion industry has evolved majorly in the past 20 years, and it's still growing. Every day it's growing, and it's getting better and better. The whole business is taken more seriously by the people, and the designers have gotten a lot of credibility and respect for doing what we're doing. Yeah.
I think considerably. Fashion is growing at a very fast rate. There's been the emergence of fashion councils. I think that's gone a long way in sort of giving the industry a proper platform. As a result, there have been numerous new brands that have come out. Fashion is a burgeoning market. Retail shops are opening up all over the country, not just in the main urban centers of Karachi, Lahore and Islamabad, but if you look around, even smaller cities like Faisalabad, Bahawalpur, Sialkot are now, they have access to brands like Sana Safinaz, Sania Muscatia that they did not. And another factor I think would be e-commerce. So people from all corners of the country now have access to fashion that they did not have before.
If you see khadi खाड़ी जब आज से कोई 15-20 साल पहले था, 15-17 साल पहले था, this started up with the very expensive products that everybody couldn't afford. But with the passage of time, what they thought was that no, we should be catering the other target markets as well. It's about that we need to cater the people who have got the money in the pocket and they can actually invest not that much of amount but a little amount lesser than the amount जो कि वो उस वक्त दे रहे थे. तो they drifted towards the other products like lawns and इसके अंदर भी उन्होंने क्लासिफाई कर दिया. तो उन्होंने सबके लिए फैशन को आम कर दिया कि जो एक मिडिल क्लास का बंदा है वो भी खादी को पहने, जो अपर मिडिल क्लास है वो भी खादी को पहने, और जो ऊपर वाली क्लास है, एलीट क्लास है, वो भी खादी को पहने. और फिर खादी खास भी आ गया जो कि उन लोगों के लिए था जो कि हाई एंड फैशन को फॉलो करते हैं, जो कि मिडिल क्लास लोग नहीं बाय करते.
Well, after a certain age, one seems to, everybody sort of evolve their own style. So, fashion keeps you updated, but you have to have your own signature style to sort of, take out whatever you like from the current fashions and just adopt that and just take it forward. That's what it is. Yeah.
I don't think it's a question of being an aristocrat, or it's just a matter of looking good. Everybody wants to look good. You don't necessarily have to follow कि पाकिस्तान में क्या हो रहा है. I mean, I think a lot of people are so aware right now. There's like internet is everywhere. People go through their phones. There's Instagram. They're like fashion like celebrities that everybody's following now. So it's hard not to be affected by what's happening in the world around you.
The social background of my clients mainly is are the old families of Lahore, Punjab. If you look at my work, it's mainly inspired from our culture. So I'm probably one of the very few designers within the country who are holding on to what we have and where we come from, and that's what we try to do. We try to connect to our roots. So whoever such people are out there, they're the ones who come to us, and it's majorly people with good taste, I would say. Yeah.
Purpose. What is the purpose of this? That's the creativity. जो क्रिएटिविटी है ना, उसकी जो अवेयरनेस है वो, और फिर व्हाट इज़ फैशन, व्हाट इज़ क्रिएटिविटी. और इसमें हमारा बहुत बड़ा एक हिंड्रेंस जो है वो हमारी कल्चरल वैल्यूज़ हैं. वो हम इसको इसलिए इस आइडिया को प्रमोट नहीं कर पाते बिकॉज कल्चर हर वक्त आपको एक सोशल इनसिक्योरिटी भी फील होती है. फिर वो कल्चरल वैल्यूज़ ऊपर आ जाती हैं कि वो लिमिटेशंस हो जाती हैं फैशन और डिज़ाइंस में. तो इसमें बहुत सारे इसके हिंडरिंग फैक्टर्स भी हैं, लिमिटिंग फैक्टर्स भी हैं जो इस इंडस्ट्री को फिलहाल प्रमोट नहीं होने दे रहे.
I think what the whole thing that they really want is something in which they look different, and for that different thing and to look different, they can pay a huge amount of money. But one thing we have to maintain that ratio, that the ratio is like from satisfaction or expectation का ratio तो हमने balance करना है, because whoever is incurring or whoever is investing the money into the product, they actually are expecting the quality, right? So that cost should actually sufficing that requirement of the quality. Cost does matter, and if you are promising a quality like according to that cost, it has to be there. So the relationship is there.
The impact of the Pakistan fashion industry on the economy of our country is pretty major at the moment. The textile again, after a lot of years, has boomed again after realizing the need of the local market. So that's something which has really helped the textile of our country. This was one area which was completely neglected by the designers and even by the textile industry. But now we've made sure that we hit the market. There's a huge market. We have the whole Pakistan, and we're catering to that, and it's really working well.
जब बात की थी तो मैंने कल इसका इकोनॉमिक सर्वे पे इसका देखा था, तो इसमें जो फैशन डिज़ाइनिंग मतलब जो भी इसकी टोटल कंट्रीब्यूशन है, मेरे पास इसका फर्दर ब्रेकअप तो नहीं है. It's very limited. It's only somewhere around 1.5% of the total GDP. एंड सिमिलरली रेवेन्यू। तो इसका फ़िलहाल कंट्रीब्यूशन बहुत ही कम है। उसकी वजह यह है इसकी अवेयरनेस। एक बहुत छोटी सी क्लास है जिसको इस चीज़ की अवेयरनेस है। फिर दूसरा ये कि हमारे सिर्फ ये फैशन जो नहीं है, हमारे वो फैशन मैगजीन्स वो भी बहुत कम है, जहाँ पर कवर्स लगते हैं और इसमें क्या है इसका इस्तेमाल हो सकता है, वो भी बहुत कम है। तो इसका जो कंट्रीब्यूशन एट द मोमेंट है वो बहुत कम है इसका, लेकिन जैसे कहा इसका पोटेंशियल है, तो आने वाले दिनों में ये ज़्यादा कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकता है।
I think the future is very bright, as in, I mean, we've seen how much it's grown in the last 10 years, so I think like in the next 10 years it will grow exponentially, and I think the high street sector is going to really, you know, take off even more than it already has. We've seen brands like high fashion brands like Sana Safina's also, you know, come into retail, high fashion, high street fashion. They've opened up their stores all over the country. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that. A lot of brands will become more accessible because of technology, because of, you know, because people now are much more aware of brands as opposed to, you know, what it was in the 80s when nobody really knew, you know, what are the brands, and magazines nahi the. So there's a lot of awareness now.
I think great. I think it's really great because you see, we belong to the university and there are so many universities in Pakistan. Now Pakistan has around about big fashion schools which are standalone fashion schools. What are they doing? They are actually they're actually, you know, preparing the graduates of the fashion. And जो पाकिस्तान के graduates हैं, they are going abroad as well, they are working there as well. In Pakistan also they are having their own brands. और ये जो सारा ब्रांड्स का जो सारा आपका सर्कल स्टार्ट हुआ वो इसी जगह से हुआ जब से पाकिस्तान के स्कूल, फैशन स्कूल स्टार्ट हुए. सो आई सी अ ग्रेट फ्यूचर ऑफ फैशन इन पाकिस्तान इन कमिंग, यू नो, फ्यू ईयर्स. पाकिस्तान की जो इंडस्ट्री है वो बूम पे है और पाकिस्तान के जो डिज़ाइनर्स हैं दे आर एक्चुअली रिकग्नाइज्ड अब्रॉड एज वेल.
The future of the industry, the fashion industry future is very, very bright. It's exactly like yes, there are good days and bad days, but शादियाँ भी होनी है और लोगों ने कपड़े भी पहनने हैं और काम चलता रहेगा.
जिस तरह ट्रेंड्स चेंज हो रही है, जिस तरह जनरेशन चेंज हो रही है, हम उसमें ये देखते हैं कि इस तरह जैसे पहले ये फैशन शोज़ वगैरह नहीं होते थे, इतना बोर्ड नहीं होते थे, लेकिन अब बहुत से ऐसे डिज़ाइनर्स आ गए हैं, बहुत से ऐसे इवेंट्स यहाँ पर होने लगे हैं, जिसकी वजह से ये इंडस्ट्री आने वाले सालों में मेरे ख्याल में ये प्रमोट करेगी अनटिल अनलेस कि कोई बहुत ही ज़्यादा एक रिलीजियस रेवोल्यूशन इस मुल्क में नहीं आ जाता. अदरवाइज़ मेरे ख्याल में ये इंडस्ट्री अगले 10 सालों में बहुत ज़्यादा ग्रो करेगी. एक चीज़ जो अभी भी मिसिंग है वो ये है कि इस इंडस्ट्री में जब जैसे फैशन शोज़ हो गए, इसके बाद इसके जो डिस्प्ले सेंटर्स हैं वो हमारे मुल्क में बहुत लिमिटेड है, ना होने के बराबर है. तो वो एक बहुत बड़ा इसमें जब वो डेवलप हो जाते हैं तो ये इंडस्ट्री अगले वर्ष सालों में बहुत फ्लरिश करेगी.
Last comment: buy Pakistani, be Pakistani, and support the industry and support everyone.